أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم. Inshallah, we will start Surah Al-Ikhlās today. There are 4 verses in it. Ayatuha, 1 paragraph, 1 ruku'. Tartib Mashafi. In this current scripture, the order is 112. Tartib Nuzuli, the order of revelation is 22. Makkiyatun mean it was revealed before Hijrah. Surah mean a chapter of the Qur'an. Al-Ikhlās mean sincerity and purity. So normally the name of the surah is in the surah. Okay? Except 2 surahs. One is Surah Al-Fatiha, that the word Fatiha is not in the surah. And one is this Surah Al-Ikhlās, that the word Ikhlās is not in the surah. But both these surahs have a lot of names. Like Surah Fatiha has more than 15 names. So one of the names of Surah Fatiha is Surah Al-Hamd. So by that definition, the name of the surah is in the surah, Surah Al-Hamd. Similarly, this surah has more than 15 names also. 20 names Imam Razi wrote in Surah Tafseer Kabir. So one of the name of this surah is Surah Al-Samad. So if you call it Surah Al-Samad, then the name of the surah will be in the surah, Samad, right? Otherwise, the word Ikhlās is not here. This is a very Mubarak surah. Most of these places which are standing out in the Qur'an, and they talk about Tawheed, the power, the majesty, the glory of Allah. That is why, like for example, look, Ayatul Kursi. There is no story in Ayatul Kursi. Why is Ayatul Kursi so famous and why it is so blessed? All about what? Allahu la ilaha illallah. Tabarakalladhi. Look. ثم ارجع البصر is what? About Allah's power. The last ayat of Al-Baqarah. Similarly, this surah is famous and a lot of virtues of this. Why? Because it's talk about the oneness of Allah. So there is a shani nuzul, that in which circumstances this surah was revealed. The Prophet ﷺ ذَكَرَ آلِهَتَهُمْ. He mentioned the gods of the mushrikeen, like Lat, Manat, Uzza. So they said, unsub lana rabbaka. Describe for us the nasab, the pedigree of your Lord, like Allah. Who is his father, who is his son. Because the Arab, they were in love with the pedigree. They will memorize the pedigrees of their horses and their camels also. So any new zat that you introduce to them, they will say, what is the nasab? What is the pedigree? So they say, describe for us the nasab of your Lord. فَأَتَاهُ جِبْرِيلٌ بِهَذِهِ السُّورَةِ. Jibreel alayhi salam came and he brought this surah, that let me tell you my nasab. قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ لَمْ يَلِدْ وَلَمْ يُولَدْ. Okay? No father, no son. Is a shine nuzul. And there are a lot of virtues of this surah. Like for example, this hadith which is both in Bukhari and Muslim. Muttafaqun alayh hadith. Aisha radiallahu anha say, أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم بعث رجلا على سرية. The Prophet ﷺ sent a man and he was in charge of a group on an expedition. وكان يقرأ لأصحابه في صلاتهم. And he used to lead the salat for the people. He was the imam also. فيختم بقل هو الله أحد. When he will finish Surah Fatiha and he will be starting another surah, before starting another surah, he will say Qul huwallahu ahad, then he will go to the other surah. So in every salat, Qul huwallahu ahad, Qul huwallahu ahad, and then he will go to Alam Tara Kayfa or any other surah. فَلَمَّا رَجَعُوا, when they came back, ذَكَرُوا ذَلِكَ لِلنَّبِيِّ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ. They mentioned this thing to the Prophet ﷺ because it was unusual. فَقَال, he say, سَلُوهُ, ask him, لِأَيِّ شَيْءٍ يَصْنَعُ ذَلِكَ, for what purpose he used to do this thing, Surah Ikhlās in every salat. فَسَأَلُوهُ, so they asked him. فَقَال, he said that man, لِأَنَّهَا صِفَةُ الرَّحْمَانِ, because this describes the qualities, the attributes of the most merciful Allah. وَأَنَا أُحِبُّ أَنْ أَقْرَأَ بِهَا, and I love to keep on reciting this surah. فَقَالَ النَّبِيُّ صلى الله عليه وسلم, the Prophet say, أَخْبِرُوهُ, give him the good news, أَنَّ اللَّهَ يُحِبُّهُ, Allah also is loving this man. Because he loves Surah Ikhlās, so Allah also love him. Right? So look at his hadith both in Bukhari and Muslim. This hadith is in so many books. This is also very famous in different wordings. Okay? Very, very authentic hadith. The Abu Darda radiallahu anhu say, the Prophet say, أَيَعْجِزُ أَحَدُكُمْ أَن يَقْرَأَ فِي لَيْلَةٍ ثُلُثَ الْقُرْآنِ. One of you, he cannot, he's ajiz, which means he's not capable to recite 1/3 of the Qur'an in every night. Okay, 1/3 every night, like 10 juz. 1/3. قالوا, the Sahaba say, وَكَيْفَ يَقْرَأُ ثُلُثَ الْقُرْآنِ. How can one person recite 1/3 of the Qur'an every night? قال, the Prophet say, قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ, say Surah Al-Ikhlās, تَعْدِلُ ثُلُثَ الْقُرْآنِ. It equal to 1/3 of the Qur'an. 1/3. Okay? So what is the message for us? Like for example, whenever we are sick, or we have a car trouble, or any other worry, or we want, so like the same way that we recite Ayatul Kursi, we should be reciting also abundantly this surah, Qul huwallahu ahad, like make it like a wird, like a zikr of this also. When we do the azkar, so one of the azkar, like for example, you are in the car, say 4, 5, or 10 times, Qul huwallahu ahad, Allahu samad. Okay? So, the first ayah say, Qul, say, huwa he, Allah, ahad, he is one. Okay? He, Allah is one. Okay? So, he, Allah is one. Look here. The truth is, so look, why this he added in the translation? There is nothing like the truth is. Because look here, this is called izmar qabla dhikr. That normally the pronoun will come after the noun. Okay? Like for example, you say, Zayd came and he slept. So Zayd is noun and he is pronoun. So you can, if you start the kalam, you say he came and he slept, you say who? You have to mention at least one time Zayd, and then you can keep on saying he. Okay? So normally the marja is Zayd, will be first, and then you will see the zamir. But look, this is called zamir shan. That Allah is so famous that you don't even need to say Allah first. So this bring in this reality that izmar qabla dhikr, the pronoun came before the marja. It makes this thing in it. The truth is, okay? Which means everybody know that. It is well known that who is he? Allah, ahad, and he is one, okay? So look, what is ahad? When we do the counting in the Arabic, we don't say ahad ithnain salas. What we say? Wahid. So normally we use wahid for one. But ahad, so the ulama say there is a difference between ahad and wahid. Ahad mean, like in Urdu we say yakta. In English we mean like unique, one of a kind. Okay? That there is no, like for example you say there is a car, but car is divisible. There are so many parts in the car. There are so many ajza. Okay? And so many times the ingredient can function also separate. You have a house, in the house every room can function as a house. Okay, but ahad is the one which is not divisible. It is unique, solid, one. Okay, So say He, Allah, is one, unique. Okay, Ahad. Allahu Samad. He is Samad. Okay, so what does Samad mean? Like they used to have the tribal system, the Arabs. So there will be small houses. Like for example, my son has a house, he lives in him, so he is the chief in the house. Then when we bring all the sons and the daughter together, so I am the chief. Then when I go to my village, so my father will be the chief. Then when we bring our uncle, then the grandfather will be the chief. So the grandfather is the ultimate chief of the tribe. Everyone, when he needs something, he go to him. And he don't go to anybody. So in Urdu we translate it bin niyaz, that he is not in need, but everybody need him. They call Samad. Okay? So the Allahu Samad, he is Samad. He is not in need. But not in need means ghani. But there is another part of Samad, which means everybody need him. That is not in ghani. So that is why you cannot translate by one word. Allahu Samad, he is Samad. He don't need anybody, everybody need him. He is Samad. Okay? Lam yalid. Lam mean no. And yalid mean he begets. So he begets not. Okay? He walam yulad, and he is not begotten. So lam yalid, right? This is how it is, right? Okay. So lam yalid, he neither begot anyone, which means he don't have children. He begets not. Okay? He don't have children. Walam yulad, he is not begotten, which means he don't have father. Okay? Wa and lam no yakun, for who? Lahu, for him. He never had for him kufuwan, a match. Ahadun, anybody. Okay? Kufuwan mean match. Hamsar, the one who is close to him. Okay? He never had a match. Okay? So this is the meaning of the surah. So say He, Allah, is one, unique. Allah is Samad. Not in need, everybody need him. Lam yalid, he do not beget, which means he don't have children. Walam yulad, he is not begotten, which means he don't have father. He don't need them. Okay? Walam yakun lahu, and he never had for him a match. Ahadun, anybody. Okay? So keep on memorizing these vocabulary, the word also, word by word meaning. Okay, now, Qul. Okay, so this lam will be thin because it is not the name of Allah. So don't say Qul. How will you say Qul? Qul, with empty mouth. This lam will be full mouth. Why? Because this is the name of Allah. So every name of Allah will be full mouth? No. I told you yesterday. The name of Allah, that the letter before has a fatha, will be full mouth. Like Azaballahi. Or if the letter before has a dhamma, like Azabullahi. Or if the name of Allah has nothing before it, like Allahu la ilaha. So when will be the name of Allah thin? When there is a kasra before it. Okay? Like for example, you say Anillahi, Bismillahi. So this will be full mouth. Don't say Huwallahu. How will you say Huwallahu? Ahad. There is a qalqala here. You will bounce this. Ahad. Okay? The same thing, look here. There is nothing before the name of Allah. So it will be again full mouth. Allahu Samad. This is qalqala here. You will bounce it. Okay? So if you want to connect the two ayah, how will you say? You will keep this one dhamma and the other dhamma you will change it into a noon with kasra. And one dhamma will remain. So how will you say? قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدُ نِلَّهُ الصَّمَدُ. Okay? Because his tanween has a noon in it. So that noon will open up and it will show itself as a noon maksura. So قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدُ نِلَّهُ الصَّمَدُ. Now, if you say Nillah, then it will be, this name of Allah will be thin then. Because before you are saying a noon with kasra. So in that case, it will be Ahadu Nillahu Samad. But if you make a stop there, then you will say what? Allahu Samad. Okay? And it make a big difference. Okay? This, the name of Allah, that if you say Allah, you don't feel the halawat, the sweetness. So this is not a good thing to say Allah, Allah Pak, Allah Pak. This is no good. Say Allah. Say Allah, right? Then you feel it go, it affect you, it shake your heart. So it's very important that we practice it and say the name of Allah the proper way. Okay? Allah. Allahu Samad, Jalala. Okay? Now all these lambs will be thin. Why? Because they are not the name of Allah. So every lamb in the Quran which is not the name of Allah will be thin. So you don't say like this, look. Because the English people, English mean all the English speaking people, not just the English people. They say all the lambs thick. So that is why we also say thick, A boy was visiting me with his sister yesterday. So I say, are you coming by yourself? He said, no, I have my sister Halima with me. So I say, it is not Halima. What it is? Halima. Because it's not the name of Allah. All right? So don't say, Lam yalid wa lam yulad. Don't say like this. Say thin. Because every lam in the Quran which is not the name of Allah will be what? Thin. So lam yalid wa lam yulad. You see, there will be qalqala here and there will be qalqala here. Lam yalid wa lam yulad. Okay. Wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. So this is izhar. You don't do any gunna. You don't say kufuwan ahad. No, because tanween followed by hamza, you do izhar. Like for example, you say one ahad. Like in English, how you say? One ahad, two ahad. How you say? One ahad. Okay, one ahad. Okay, and then you do qalqala again.
Qul, say, huwa, he, Allah, ahad is one. Allahu Samad, Allah is free of need from the people and everyone needs him. Lam, he never did. Yalid, he beget. Walam, and never did. Yulad, was he begotten. Walam, and never. Yakul lahu, for him. Kufuwan, any match. Ahad, anyone. Anybody,
right? Okay. So sometimes, look, when we have dialogue with the Christians, and this is a good surah. You don't have to criticize them directly. They are your guest. But you say, look, this is our concept of Allah. So it automatically, lam yalid wa lam yulad. Lam yalid wa lam yulad.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد.
Right? Okay. وآخر دعوانا الحمد